Hello, I am Dr. Deepthi and I welcome you to the fourth episode of mini lecture series on the subject Physics of Semiconductor Devices. Today, let us try to talk about some fundamentals of a key concept in semiconductor physics, namely band structure. Semiconductors are of two types, elemental as well as compound semiconductors. Silicon and germanium are prominent examples of elemental semiconductors, while compounds such as zinc selenide, indium phosphide, gallium nitride, etc. are examples of compound semiconductors. Let us first try to explore elemental semiconductor, say silicon. All of you are aware of the electronic configuration of silicon. What is it? Yes, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p2. Here, as you will notice, s orbital has two states. So 1s, 2s, 3s have two states each. But they also have two electrons each. So they are completely occupied. P orbital has 6 states. As 2p orbital has 6 electrons, it is fully occupied as well. But 3p orbital has 6 states and 2 electrons. So there are some empty places here. We will look at these later. Now all this is about a single atom of silicon. But what about a solid which is composed of a crystal which has several atoms? As all of you know, a crystal is composed of lattice and basis, where lattice concerns with the positions of atoms, while the actual atoms are the bases. So basically in a silicon crystal, the bases, that is silicon atoms, are going to be arranged in an ordered manner, separated by a lattice constant. So when you consider a real situation, that is when you consider a solid composed of crystals containing atoms, the situation is going to change. So initially, as we have seen, every isolated individual silicon atom has its own discrete energy levels. But when in a crystal, several of these atoms are in close proximity, the discrete energy levels are going to interact with each other and are in fact going to split into bands. Inner orbitals of silicon, that is 1s, 2s, 2p, are completely filled, and so they are not going to play any role in this. So we are concerned here mainly with 3s and 3p orbitals. If we imagine a plot of energy E versus distance r, then we will realize that as r reduces, the energy levels will split into a continuum of energy levels called bands. Each 3s orbital has 2 states and 2 electrons. So if there are n atoms, then number of states of n atoms are 2n and total number of electrons are 2n as well. Each 3p orbital has 6 states and 2 electrons. So if there are n atoms, then number of states of n atoms are 6n and number of electrons there are 2n. So what are the total number of available states? 6n plus 2n, that is 8n. While total number of available electrons are 2n plus 2n, that is 4n. Now these 8n states will split up in 4n states constituting the conduction band and 4n states constituting the valence band. The 4n electrons will occupy the 4n available states of valence band. So valence band is going to be completely filled. But the 4n states constituting conduction band are completely empty. Now all this happens at equilibrium value of R. The energy gap between conduction band and valence band is called the band gap, and it is an important parameter pertaining to semiconductors. If we think of the typical semiconductors, the elemental semiconductors, say silicon and germanium, let us try to find out the value of band gap energy for these two. Well, The band gap energy for silicon is around 1.1 electron volt, while that of germanium is of the order of 0.7 electron volt respectively.